Hello everyone. My name Hello everyone. My name is Rohit and I am from KMIT College IT department. So here I am going to explain my project as it is AD agent multi-agent framework for end-to-end anomaly detection. As you can see, it is a system that automatically builds anomaly detection pipeline based on natural language instructions. So
So
friends,
now,
as I have
as I have
tell,
told before,
told
the
about my project,
about the our
so
AD
first
agent. So we
uh,
see the what are the
we
outputs we are
give
going
the
to get.
user
First, we are
input
given
as a natural
the user
language.
input run
Just
on this
type
particular
type
file.
as print run on this any file
As you
or
can see,
run on
the
any model on
selector has
particular
selected
files
the
and particular models.
uh,
So
model
AD agent
which
converts
is
plain
slowdown
language
for our
requests into
particular
complete
file,
production ready anomaly detection pipelines. The framework
and then we are
orchestrates
having
multiple specialized
the
agents,
selection has
each
completed, and we are
responsible for
having
a
document interviewer
distinct
and
phase of
document
pipeline
interviewer for
construction.
our
This
iForest,
multi-agent
and
approach
the document
ensures
has been retrieved,
reliability, modularity, and the ability
and
to handle
it is generating
complex
code for our
iterative
iForest, and it is generating
reinforcement
the code,
loops automatically.
and we have got an error, so it is revising code for our iForest. Yeah, it takes some time for reviewing and generating, as we are using the Gemini, so it takes some time, and again it gives some code. So again you can see, as we have got the anomaly scores, this is our uh, output.
So as I've told you before, what our project is going to do and how the user input it is and the meaning of our project. So to understand more about it, here in our AD agent there are of 6 core agents, and one is processor, selector, infominer, code generator, code reviewer, and evaluator and optimizer. To explain in simple terms, processor is an agent which takes our user in natural language input and converts it into what is the algorithm, what is the data train, data test files we have provided, and the selector which selects the which model we need to use based on our files data, and if the user input gives run on particular model, it selects only that model or any other, and the infominer which gets the data information from the web search, uh, which uh, which model it was selected, and then code generator which generates the code obviously, and code reviewer which reviews the code which was generated by code generator, and it runs in a loop to check if there are any errors, and then we have evaluator and optimizer. Finally it evaluates our uh, code and our anomaly detection, it gives the anomalies. Yes, it is the these are the 6 agents which we have in our AD agent. Now I am going to tell about our AD agent flow architecture. So first about the memory. So in memory we have of two types, short-term memory and long-term memory. In short-term memory stores task-specific context, dataset name, selected model, hyperparameters, and user preference for current execution. And in long-term memory precedes retrieve documentation, library API signatures, and usage patterns to avoid redundant searches across sessions. And in the sequential data flow, first user gives the input, then processor to selector, selector to infominer, then code generator, then code reviewer. Again, if there are any errors, it reviews tells the code generator and they runs a loop, and then evaluator, optimizer, and the final input. And the code data structures and representations. And in the data structure, first we have the future matrices and tensors. Its purpose is store and process dataset information. And in the example, for the example, we use the numpy arrays, pytorch sensors. And the second we have graph adjacency list. For purpose is represent graph anomalies and relationships. Like example, sparse matrices from Pygo. And from third we have time series windows. For the purpose is seek structure sequential data for models. And the example is sliding window matrices from TSL IB. And fourth is model parameter dictionary, which purpose is map and manage hyperparameters. And the fifth we have generated Python script, and its purpose is final executable pipeline output. And sixth we have cache and memory store, which purpose is enable fast repeated execution. The AD agent operates within a three-type responsibility model, clearly delineating roles between end users, automated system, and optimal developer extensions. The end user, an analyst, provides natural language instructions and datasets, interrupts results, makes domain decision, and it iteratively refines parameter as needed. AD agent system automates the entire technical pipeline, model selection, code generation, error detection, correction, and evaluation without human intervention. And the developer extends the system by integrating new models, anomaly detection libraries, datasets, UI features, etc. And in the dataset modalities and processing pipeline, we are having of three different types of data. First one is tabular data, and second one is graph structure data, and the third is time series data. So in tabular data, examples like cardio, MNS, T, PIMA, credit card fraud datasets. In the graph data structure data, we have Reddit networks, Weibo social graphs, citation networks, and then a time series MSL. So these are the different type of graphs we use in the ED agent. So let's uh, know more about our workflow of our project. So as you have seen here, first we have the user input, and a user provides natural language instruction and dataset example like detect anomaly in cardio.mat using VAE, and then task understanding. The processor analyzes input to identify modality, dataset characters, and learning objectives as it understands the what is given by the user, and then model selection. So the model selects the which type of library we need to use for the particular uh, model they have user have provided, and we are using pyod for the VAE, and then we document retrieval. So information gets the retrieves the document according to the pyod library VAE, and then we have code generation. It generates code and error detection. In the error detection, it executes the code, and if there are any errors occurring, it will resend to the code generation, and it runs in a loop until the errors are solved. And then we have performance evaluation. It tells what is the performance of our score by giving the AU ROC and AU PRC scores, and then final delivery. And it receives executable script, anomaly scores, performance matrices, and optional optimization recommendation for product development.
Hello. So we are going to see the output, how the AD agent output looks. First we give the input of the natural language done and iForest on particular data, and then the the selector gives the particular model which it has selected, and then Infominer which documents about the iForest, and then it retrieves about the iForest, and then we have code generator which generates the code. It takes some time as we it goes to Gemini and gets the code. yes, we got the code, but we have got an error too, so it reviews the code again. So we are getting in a code again, and we got the some, it gives the data like this. Don't worry. So again, yeah, we got the code again. So as you can see, we have got the anomaly scores. uh, these are the anomaly scores for our data set.